Recording started and we are live. So, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Jaya Talks. And I'm here as your host, as usual, Theo. And I'll be talking and also discussing about something that has been requested every day, almost every hours. And we will be diving into one of the biggest misconception in Web3. Not really misconception, but some people are started to questioning this kind of thing, which is that Web3 jobs are not just hype or maybe even a myth because, well, spoiler alert, they are not. It's real. Web3 job is actually exists, and there are real opportunities out there from various kind of projects, from NFTs, metaverse, GameFi, DeFi, DEX, checks. So it's literally everything. RWA, Depin, you name it, guys. And today we have a special guest and to be exactly what's happening behind the hiring screens in the Web3 companies. So everyone, please welcome Gulnaz as a talent acquisition partner at Ep.19. Hi Nas, how are you today?
Hi, Theo. Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. And thank you so much for having me.
All right, it's amazing. Awesome. I'm really excited about this episode because I think a lot of people still don't realize like how big the potential or maybe the Web3 job market actually is. And there are still like a blurred line for the Web3 job seekers about red flags, how to apply and where to apply. So regarding things like that, because unlike any other Web2, uh, where you can actually find the job board online everywhere. But Web3 sometimes you can even find a job board on Discord or maybe Telegram or maybe from even a crypto communities during the AMA. I mean, it could be like literally anywhere. So before we get into the main discussions, could you share a little bit about your background as like how did you get into this recruitment world and eventually into Web3?
Okay. So I've been specifically in Web3, I've been for around 3 years now. I landed my first job in the blockchain infrastructure company back in 2022 because I had little background with technical recruitment. So I started as a technical recruiter first. And since 2024, I work with central exchanges.
I see. So you've been like what makes you really into Web3 initially? Like, is there any specific things that attract you in Web3, or is it just like remote?
To be completely honest, back in 2022, I wasn't very passionate about crypto, but I was always curious about new technologies. So I think this genuine curiosity bring me to Web3, but I wasn't like very much a fan. My knowledge was very limited. I only knew Binance. I knew
Okay.
few tokens, and that's it. So when I was preparing for my first interview in Web3, I was like sitting overnight and doing all this research. So I won't sound stupid, but yeah, I think genuine curiosity, that's what bring me to Web3.
Yeah.
And what it attracts me in crypto now, first, of course, it's a 100% remote, and it's not only high paying industry, but also I think it's more about community. um, I've been working remote for the past 3 years, so I'm a big fan of attending to events, attending to community parties or something like this, and like genuine talks about crypto and people. That's the most attractive thing for me.
I see. So it's like the networking, the
Right.
culture, and
Yeah.
the high paying. Yeah, of course. It's what attracts us a lot. Okay.
Yes.
That makes total sense. I mean, initially, I only also know like a few top 10 tokens or maybe coins and only two blockchains, things like that. But once you go deeper into it, it gets like crazy because, oh, there's a lot of tokens, 1,000, no, it's even millions. But
Yeah.
I'm really interested to talk about shortlisting candidates. Like when you are screening CVs, like you've been working with checks, also DEX, if I'm not mistaken, or DeFi related.
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
Yeah. So were you been focusing on the checks, or you also used to work for a DEX, or
Uh, Not only with centralized.
okay, only with checks? I see.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding like from your experience, when you are screening CVs or maybe profiles for crypto exchanges applications, what are the common red flags that you notice, especially for the most hottest role for centralized exchanges? You know, like small things that instantly makes you think like, maybe not this one. I mean, those kind of.
Mm, yeah. I mean, there are quite few red flags, but the biggest one I would say is exaggerated experience. For example, if someone listed on the CV, let's say business development managers, if someone listed on their CV, they onboarded like 100 plus KOLs, or they bringing like billions in trading volume, but they cannot provide any proof, that's the biggest red flag to me. So you know instantly that this candidate is exaggerating a bit, especially if their experience in crypto, especially if their experience in Web3, it's a big industry, but at the same time it's a small industry. I mean,
Yeah,
we've connected between exchanges. We have this, all the HRs have these private chats where they can do quick background check on the candidates. So we can really identify who is adding up on their experience. So I would suggest not to add on and put the actual experience on the CV. Another red flag, I think, attitude. Attitude matters a lot when you're chatting with the recruiter. If a candidate sounds a bit arrogant or impatient, I think that's a no for me, because in crypto, I think it's very important to be collaborative and adaptable.
I see. Regarding the attitude, like you only like this started to discover it once you have a chat with the candidates, right?
Yeah.
And will that be also something that you could see on the CV? Like this person might not be good in talking or things like that. Will that also be possible from your experience?
Do you mean I see on the CV instantly?
Yes, like you recognize like this person might not be a good or maybe not really into communicative or maybe have not a really good attitude. Like is that also can be found on CV or it's only can be discovered once you start a chat with him or maybe with her?
It can be mixed. I don't like to judge on the spot. It can be mixed, but if I see CVs and they only worked with the company only for 2 or 3 months, and it's constantly the same, so they only worked for short time of period with every company, I would think like this person might not be very
That
loyal, but not say
like,
loyal. Not, this person is not really interested in working in one company. But I would not judge on the spot. If the profile looks attractive to me, I would reach out and I will check it out.
I see, I see. That's really interesting. And one thing that is aligned with every recruiters that we use as we have as a guest speaker is that never lie on your CV and never put something too extra while you're explaining your experience on paper because it's really easy to put like onboarding 100 KOLs or maybe used to handshake with Vitalik or maybe with CZ. I mean, it could be easy, but to show or maybe to show the proof is not easy, right? Unless
Yes.
person is actually done that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if even if you get hired, even if it worked, we will see on the first month that you are not the person that you listed on your CV. So that's where it comes. That's where all these candidates that work only for 2 or 3 months come. So it's not very good for your background as well.
Yes, and I also agree with your saying where I mean Web3 is a big industry, but the small words, right?
Yeah,
Rumors
especially
can
centralized exchanges.
True, especially for the centralized exchanges, it's like so small. All
Yeah.
right, and I also interested in finding out. So we've talked about the red flags, but what about the other things? Like, what are the green flags, or maybe the points that make the candidate stand out when the first time you are reading their CV? Like, what kind of things do you see on CV or maybe portfolio that instantly grab your attention?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, I think we have lots of videos, maybe how the right CV should look like. But I'm not saying it should be like black and white, or it should not include any pictures or something like that. For me, if CV is readable, it's easy to read. That's enough. And if it include all the information that I need, it's enough. But the biggest green flag from a candidate when they can provide clarity, when they can provide proof. Let's say for business development managers, if they're saying they're making millions in trading volume, and they can provide, for example, screenshots of the dashboard. Of course, they're hiding sensitive information. I mean, if they can provide proof, that's the best candidate for me. So, and the hiring process goes very smoothly and very fast for those candidates. Another green flag for me, I think, mm, that's the best one. Another green flag, if of course, if it's the attitude is great, if he's collaborative and um, answers really fast, but because it's very fast paced, and uh, as recruiters we expected to fill the roles very quickly, or especially if it's very urgent roles. So if you're very collaborative, the hiring process will go very smoothly.
I see. So I think I really agree. This is a really super fast environment, always something new, and attitude also does matter the most because once someone's name is like being like so negative, it's so easy to be spread out, especially when the person is exists on like Twitter, LinkedIn. So it's always good to take care of ourselves, guy. Always do something nice, talk nicely, try to
Mm-hmm.
sell in a
Yeah,
positive way.
yeah, that's right. I also want to add, it shouldn't be always the big numbers. For example, we're only talking about billions or millions, but it shouldn't be like big numbers. For example, if your CV includes the information that as a community lead you grow this Telegram channel from 5K to 20K, if even it's a little number, and you can show the proof, that is also green flag for your CV.
I see. So it's like the actual track record, also the
Yeah,
number, which is does
yeah, it
matter.
shows
I
that the
see.
candidate tracked their metrics and really, how do I say, uh, very responsive on their performance.
Yep, completely agree. And you also mentioned that something about business development managers. So, from your journey so far, like what kind of roles do people apply for the most? Is it like BD or partnership or CM, moderator? Like which roles are the most hottest?
Oh, the most hottest currently is business development managers, or KOL managers or community leads, anything that relates to growth, partnerships, user acquisition, because these roles are attractive because they very often come with performance based rewards, like commissions from the trading volume or bonuses for bringing in active users, and they also come with a lot of benefits and perks, like attending to global events, networking with influencers, founders, and exchanges. So uh, anything that relates with partnerships and building partnerships, it's uh, very the most in demand roles right now. Another big category I would say is marketing roles, PR and marketing roles, especially in the projects where it focused on user growth or new token launches. Developers are always needed too, but the competition among non-technical talent is much higher since many people try to enter crypto through business development and marketing.
Yes, I see that the candidates need to get a little bit extra nowadays because the competitors are increased, even though the opportunities are also increased. But yep, always try to level up yourself, guys, because it's really important. All right, and basically, we have one specific session for community Q&A, and from the question that is being asked currently, some of them has been answered during our discussion. So, shall we ask the rest of the questions from the community? What do you think?
Sure, I'll be happy to answer.
I see. Okay, wonderful. Let me check from our chat. Ooh, which one? So here we have marketing gang. Yeah, it's one of the hottest role. Shout out to marketing people Web3. Okay, so we have one question here from the Your Web3 boy. The question is, hey Nas, are certification or online blockchain courses actually useful when applying for Web3 jobs?
They are useful if you do not have any experience. I think, in for example, if I'm hiring for junior level positions and you don't have much of experience, but you do have certifications or completed courses, yeah, they might be useful. But if you're experienced one, I think that's not really what matters. But if you're only starting entering crypto space, yeah.
I see. So it depends on the situation of the person itself.
Yeah, if you're lacking some knowledge, of course you have to complete some courses, so it will be easier for you, and also as a employer I will know like, oh, he's very responsive on that, he's lacking some experience but he's open for knowledge.
I see. And I think it's really because some of the courses are available for free,
Yeah,
and I agree that it will be great for those for especially for the junior roles that are trying to get started into Web3 professionals. It's highly recommended.
I mean, even if it's a Coursera or
Yes,
LinkedIn courses, it doesn't matter. As soon as you know, if you complete it and you're ready to start, it doesn't matter what courses it is. It like paid courses or free courses? Everything is good.
yes, yep, totally agree. Okay, moving on to the next question. Here we have Soiko. So the question is how important it is to be active on X or Discord when applying for a Web3 roles.
Um, I will be telling a secret. 80% of time we are posting jobs on LinkedIn, or every recruiter has this his own little small challenge channel on Telegram. So we will go first to LinkedIn or to Telegram. I mean, for example, for me, for as a Russian speaker, I'm managing CIS. I will always go through Telegram channels first because that's the where most of the communities are. But I also think X is taking huge space in Web3, and also Discord. So of course there are a lot of opportunities. But if you will go through if you will reach out to recruiters directly or join their own small channels, that will be also very helpful.
Yes, and I think uh, with the like growing Web3 part, especially in social media, I think it's good to basically have this kind of Web3 reputation as well on social media. That's why KOLs are also important. It's
Yes.
highly considered.
It's very important to bring your own personal brand, especially if you're looking for the jobs like business development managers, anything related to building partnerships. It's very, really important to stay on X, to stay on LinkedIn or other platforms.
Yes, completely agree. Okay, moving on to the third questions that we have here. So, sorry, it has been answered. So it's going to be this one. Okay, so there's a question. The question is: are there certain countries or regions where Web3 hiring is growing faster right now? Because I
One of the
think
yeah,
exchanges also have like a regional, right?
yes, yes. The biggest plus for exchanges that they are hiring globally. It doesn't really matter are you in Africa or you in Latin America or Russia, because exchanges go everywhere. Every exchange that you know, they're in 170 countries or the 150 countries, so they're everywhere. It actually doesn't really matter, but there are some regions that are growing faster than others. For example, this again, CIS is very huge. It's growing really fast. Latin America also, I've hired last month for Africa as well. So it doesn't really matter where are you, because we need talents from every region.
Yes, I think the more community is growing in certain region, the more opportunities are also unlocked, right?
Yeah, and I think it's very important that these exchanges hiring locals, because, for example, if we need someone in Latin America, we will hiring a local person there, not not a foreigner. If we need someone in Canada, we will hiring in Canada. So it matters where you are, what language you're fluent in. Another plus that if you're fluent in multiple languages, that will be also a big plus for you as a candidate.
I see. So that's why it's always good to hire someone who actually know their field,
Yeah,
especially in their own region, because they know the culture, they know the trend, they know everything. So it's way better to hire like the actual native
so yeah,
person.
also always put the languages in your CV, the languages that you know, even if it's B1, if you know French on B1, always put that, because that will be also plus.
Yes, I completely agree. A bilingual person's always highly considered, right? Okay, all right. So we have answered not all of the questions. Sorry, guys. We might not be able to answer every of all of your questions here. We're still seeing it's coming, but we might, if we still have time, we might answer another one. But before we wrap up, I would like to also ask you this kind of question, because in Jaya Talks, for every of our guest speaker, our community always vote for a mystery question. So this mystery question is coming from directly from our community. It's getting voted 2 days before the events, and they will check like the uh, guest speaker profile to be asked like the most related questions. So don't
Mhm.
worry, it's going to be like a great question. Okay, so
Okay.
let me double check what are the votes, the highest vote for this session. So okay, so the higher vote for this session is that okay. So the question is for you, Nas, coming from the community of Jaya Talent, has been voted by 82 per people on Telegram. So the question is, if you have to uh, be retired from Web3 and you have to have like a retirement plan for your old days, which one would you pick between these three options? First one is become a farmer. Second, become a fisherman. And the third one is become an astronaut.
You these answers covered two of my dreams actually. Since my childhood, I was dreaming becoming an astronaut, but
Okay.
somehow I didn't become one. So, and another one, I was thinking about my retirement plan, and it's actually number one. I wanted to be a farmer. I don't know if
Like, is
it's
it
really
true?
if it's related to my age, but all these years I was dreaming about working in Dubai in very fast-paced environment, living in a huge apartment. But since years ago, I just wanted to become a farmer, to have a house, to big a house and two dogs and a cat, something like this.
At the end of
So
the day,
number one,
peaceful environment, slow living.
yes. Yes, you know what they say? If you have 2 years in experience in crypto, it's actually you can multiply it because it's 10 years because it's a very fast pace and you will get tired very easily. So I think that also affected on my retirement plan.
So that's why we, as a Web3 people, aging faster compared to like the regular.
Maybe, maybe.
Totally makes sense. Makes sense. So you picked the number one, farmer.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Not fisherman, not astronaut, solid farmer.
The most realistic one is number one. So yeah, definitely number one.
All right. So there you have it, guys. It has been answered. Farmer, yes. When we say that it's going to be related, it's somehow actually related. I don't know why. Even though the question is so random, but yeah, I think that is the mystery questions that we have for you. And I think we still have time. Would you mind to answer one more or maybe two more questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'll try to be taking these things up. Okay, so we have a question here from 290. So the question is, what different between DEX and checks hiring from your opinion? Is there even
What
things?
what different?
Yeah, I think what she meant is the process. Like maybe on centralized exchange is it's much more complex, or maybe on decentralized it's much more simpler. I think those kind of differentiation.
Mm-hmm. I think in Web3 in general, the hiring process is very simple. I don't know, maybe it's my side as a recruiter, but I think it's very simple. We usually have one round of interviews, which is a piece of cake. I think it can be 2 rounds. If it's C-level roles, maximum three, but usually it's just one round of interviews. And I think because previously I hired for tech positions, and it usually goes with 3 or 4 rounds. They're doing like the first screening interview, then the tech interview, then the interview with HR, then interview with C-level. So it's very complicated. But in Web3 general, it's quite easy. The most important, you have to catch the recruiter's attention to
Yeah,
get the interview. But if you get the attention and if you go to the interview with them, I think it's very simple.
I see. So first is taking their attention. So everyone, mention if you are aiming for a role, target the recruiter first and try to make them remember you. Maybe try to be unique, try to be good, try to be nice. So I think that
But
helps.
at the same time, I would suggest being very strategic with targeting a recruiter because if you go through my profile, for example, on LinkedIn, you can see like waste 1 minute of your time, but you can see that I'm not hiring for tech positions, but again I'm getting a lot of messages from front end developers or DevOps engineers, but I cannot help with those. So I was like, oh, so you're not done with your research. I'm not hiring for those positions. So you have to be very strategic and target the recruiters that actually hiring for the roles that you're looking for.
I see.
So if
So
you're BD manager, marketing, welcome,
okay,
welcome to
so
text me.
BDs, BDs. marketers, any Web3 marketing related roles, you guys now have new
Yeah.
target. Yeah, try to invade her LinkedIn. We will put on the announcement later on. And I think I agree when you said that the people have to be strategic in connecting with the recruiters. In other words, like finish the Dior, make sure that everything has been researched properly, know that your target is actually hiring the roles that you're trying to apply. Because, I mean, what does it mean by connecting with the recruiters, but you're asking the roles that they're not even hiring for?
Yeah. Can I also add something on
Yeah,
this? Because I've seen many posts about, I mean, on X or on LinkedIn, that people struggling to find jobs in Web3. They're like, oh, I've applied for 100 plus jobs and no one invited me or no one answered to me. I think instead of mass applying and wasting your time, you have to be, again, very strategic about it. I suggest to find the companies that you're targeting, that you really want to work with, and find the recruiters that are working in the company, and create a perfect one message that covers everything that a recruiter should know about you, and of course attach your resume saying, this, I have that, I'm looking for this, and I'm looking at for XYZ, for example. So find the companies that you really want to work with, target the recruiters, and try to catch their attention instead
nice.
of
So
mass applying.
basically, like play smart. Make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
prepare your executive summary, play smart, make a move.
That's how I landed my first job at the first centralized exchange. I researched the recruiter that's in my city. I invited her for a coffee, and then we met, then we talked, and I followed her small Telegram channel, and then when I saw the talent acquisition position that I was interested in, I was like, hey, remember me?
I see. Okay.
That's how it worked.
From a coffee to a roll. Is this a
Yeah.
whole story?
Yes.
Smart move. Okay. All right. So, Nas, before we wrap up, do you have any final message for people out there who still think that Web3 job is applying to a Web3 job is actually so difficult, or maybe finding Web3 jobs are difficult, or maybe they feel too late to jump in? Do you have any final message to them, or maybe advice or things that you'd like to say?
Maybe you may have different opinion, but I do see a lot of jobs in Web3. I do see a lot of posts, and as recruiters, again, we expected to hire every day and very fast. So I think these roles are very real. These roles are very available to apply. So you just have to be little smart, because yeah, it was easier years ago to apply. It was easier to land these jobs, but uh, the competition is high. I understand that, and yeah, that's just it's possible, guys. I'm saying as someone who was also in the search, who was also in the lookout. So I'm not saying just as a recruiter. Just use, maybe my ways of landing jobs will be also useful. Invite for a coffee, text to a recruiter, join the communities, go for events. Everything is useful.
Yeah, so find your own way to basically land a job because, like Nas has been saying, this opportunity, this market is real. It might be difficult for some people to find the exact role that you guys are looking for, but the opportunities are still there. And what we're trying to build during the years of Web3 is that we would like to have a really high adoption in Web3, and following the high adoptions, there comes more opportunity, and with more opportunity, there will be more competitors out there, more candidates. So it's all aligned and connecting between one and each other. So always prepare for yourself, guys. And I love that answer. Thank you very much for sharing your experience insight and also some ideas for us today, Ines. And for everyone listening, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Jaya Talent's YouTube channel. Also, invite your friends, show them that Web3 exists, the job is actually there, you can apply. And if you have any other questions, feel free to put in the comment section or maybe in our Telegram group. And once again, this was Jaya Talks episode 19 with Gulnaz from Bitsenix. We're talking about the Web3 jobs, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Keep applying, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Naz.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
such an honor
much.
today. Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much. Have a
Have a
great
good
day.
see you.